How's it going, everyone? We're going to take a look at the black and gold version of the Iron Spider by Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech figure. So I have covered the red and gold version originally, and that was a very, very awesome figure. I really liked it. But then they had a black and gold version as a variant web exclusive. You had to kind of jump through a few hoops to get it. I've been sitting on this since October, but now I've got some time to unbox it, so let's do that. So the actual black and gold version of the suit was in the comics kind of briefly. Aaron Davis got it in the comics, who's also known as a Prowler. He got it, I think, through the black market or something. And then it fell into some other group's hands, and I don't remember reading that in the comics of Spider-Man at all. But yeah, that's how it appeared in the comics. And now we have it as a variant figure. So as far as I know, this is going to be the exact same figure as the red and gold version that I've covered before, just, you know, different color. That's all it is. The packaging is updated to reflect that though, so all the kind of photos of the figure and the poses of the figure are now in this black and gold one. It looks pretty good on there. I am already leaning towards the red and gold one just because I guess I'm most familiar with that one, but it doesn't look bad either way. You get the same option parts in that, so you do get the arms or Waldos, however you want to call them. So you got 4 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 of those, and then you can kind of see the hand parts there, so all the parts should be pretty much the same as well. I don't think in the story the actual costume itself changed much at all. I know there was some tinkering that the owner did, the new owners of the black suit, but otherwise I guess it's the same for the sake of this figure. But let's get it open and see what it's like. Something I don't share a lot is the actual inlay of the packaging for this one is quite different too. So you got the artwork here from the actual comic itself. So you got Miles actually here, and then he's probably fighting against Aaron Davis in a costume rather than whoever took it after him, who I can't remember actually. And then even on the box as well, almost every Revoltech actually does this, but you got artwork down every single kind of flap and fold. So you got similar artwork down there. You got another one down on this flap here. And then when you go to the other side, you got another one down here. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. And then here you got actually Aaron Davis down this panel here, or flap here, which is cool. And then this final one here with Miles holding him. There. I actually don't remember reading this at all. But that's the extra additional artwork on the packaging. So here's the Iron Spider black and gold version out of the box. I've already got it posed up, and it's very, very, very insecurely placed on a different Revoltech stand. So it may fall off. Hopefully not. If I breathe on it too much, it might just do that. Trust me, it's super insecure. So we'll go through the parts, and then we'll go through the figure, and hopefully it won't fall off by then. So I did mention that's on a different Revoltech stand. They are basically the same thing. This is the one that comes in the box. The one in the box is slightly wider than the one that it's actually standing on right now. And then otherwise the rest is the same. It's a little bit more kind of yellow tint to it as well. Maybe it's just kind of colored already. But otherwise it's pretty much the same stand that you'll get in most Revoltech figures. But it's not very useful for this. Once you've got the actual arms or Waldos attached, it's going to add extra weight. So that base stand is not too useful. Trust me, don't believe this thing for real. It's very, very insecure. You're better off using a different third-party stand or making one yourself if you're able to. For the hands then, by default, this Spider-Man will come with fists attached. This is pretty typical for most Revoltech figures. And then you can use these hands here, which are going to be not exactly the wall crawler hands, but they're still action posable hands like this. And of course, all his hands are now going to be in that black and gold colorway you can see here, which look really, really nice. We'll have a better look at the actual black and gold on the actual figure and the suit itself. It's kind of hard to really describe it on these hands, but you can see the same sort of stuff that was on the red and gold going to apply to the black and gold too. Though for me, you can kind of see actually on the right hand here, you can see little gold fingertips. I believe that's an error because none of the other hands had it, and I never knew him to have gold fingertips. But yeah, bit of a small error. But now it makes me kind of wonder, actually, if he had gold fingertips, a bit like the Ben Reilly suit, maybe that would have been a little bit nicer. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have minded it, but something to kind of think about maybe. Then he comes to the fists, as I mentioned. So these are the basic fists. They're very nicely sculpted. All his hands are sculpted nicely, and if you're familiar with the red and gold suit, then these are no different. They are very awesome sculpts here. These are, so actually this is 2 different hands. So the one on the left is going to be the actual typical wall crawler hand that you might see from Spider-Man in most action figure sets, though Ben Reilly Mafex didn't come with it. But you can see the sculpt on it is awesome, and that kind of rests nicely. It's great. I love that hand, and I love the way that Revoltech have sculpted it. And then you get the web hand as well. So this web shot hand, just like the one with the red and gold suit as well, isn't going to be like parallel fingers. You can see the index finger and the little finger kind of shift a bit, and I like that. I really, really do like that. It kind of, I don't know, it adds a little different touch to it, which I do like, and I enjoy that a lot. And then otherwise he comes with 6 of these spare silver joints in the packet. These joints you're going to want to use mostly for the gold arms, actually, or the gold legs, or Waldos, however you want to call them. So you're mostly going to use these for those I guess you could potentially use these either for the wrist peg or the ankle. I think these are probably too big for the wrist, but obviously they're silver. And then you get this little piece here. So just like, again, the red and gold version of this figure, this, you just kind of plug in this silver joint here. I'll show you. Plug it into one side here. So there's a couple ways to do this, actually. So you can do it here, like so. Let me get that in. There we go. So one side here, and then you can add an arm, and then you can do the same thing on this side. Or you can just plug this into the other side, right here, because it only fits into the center point here. And then that will then plug into the back, as you can see kind of there. Actually, you might not be able to see it, but I'll show you that in a minute. So once you've got it plugged into the actual figure, then two arms can pop up from outside. So it's going to be the exact same thing as the red and gold one. So if you have seen my video or others, then it's the exact same thing, but I'll still talk you through it. Then it comes with a kind of sprayed, split out web shop. So this is the way Revoltech do it. They don't do it quite like the Muffix or the SH Figuarts. I like it. It's a little bit more dynamic looking. It's a little bit more hype looking, I guess, and intense looking. Some people may not like it. You get two of these. One is already attached to the wrist, and then this is the other one, just to kind of give you a closer look. You know, it's okay. It's fine. It is one that is on a peg, unlike a lot of the SH Figuarts ones, which end up being like a little hole that you got to sandwich in between the wrist joint. But this one, I kind of like it like this more. I do like it. You know, again, not everyone's going to like it, but that's fine. And then also in the box is this little magnet piece. I do believe the red one also came with it. I just can't remember. I'm pretty sure it did. And then the magnet, I guess you can plug into the back of the figure. There's a small socket, I think, at the bottom, on the small of his back, that you can probably plug this into, and then use a magnetic surface, which I do not have on me right now. But you can hear that. That was a magnet. Now, usually I don't pose him up straight away, but I have for this case because, you know, he looks cool when he's all posed up. And I kind of want to show you how insecure he is. Okay, you know what? This stand is proving me wrong. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Normally, he would just fall off because the arms add so much weight to him, and these claw bits or the clamp on the actual stand isn't really that good. So for whatever reason on the video, it's kind of staying, but normally when I'm trying to shift it around to take pictures and B-roll, it just keeps falling off. So I'm going to take him off the stand. There we go. He's fallen off quite easily. You can see how basic that was. So again, it's the exact same thing as the stand as the one that's already included in the box, but that one's actually for Carnage. Anyway, so this is the Spider-Man. I'm not going to straighten him up just yet. I'll just give you a quick look at him, how I've got him posed up here. So you can get him into very nice, very deep poses, very acrobatic poses, as you would expect from, well, most Revoltech figures these days, and what you would and should expect from most Spider-Man figures. So once again, I keep referencing the red and gold one because it is the same figure, pretty much. It is only just a black and gold version of it, and that's it. And that's not a bad thing. You know, you can clearly see that it's good, right? If you like the red and gold one, this is pretty much going to be the same thing, and you should expect the same thing is what I'm trying to say, and that's great whether you like it or not. So let me just straighten him up now, and then so you can have a better look at his suit and of course the actual arms too. But again, the arms are going to be the same as the red and gold one. I'm going to keep saying red and gold, red and gold. So I'm going to straighten those arms up a bit as well. So now he's kind of looking a bit wonky. Revoltech, when you start to straighten them up, most of them kind of look a bit wonky once you've posed them out of the box and then try to revert them back to impact position standing. It's a bit weird, but yeah, we'll do it. His legs twisted all the way around. Oh no! Oh there we go. There we go. So Spider-Man Black and Gold is standing straight. That's fine. That's what we're going to come off in here. I'm going to take his web off as well, just to kind of go through it a bit more clearly. In fact, I'm going to take off those Waldos there because they're just going to fall off anyway. That's just how it is. All right, so here we go. Now finally we can talk about the figure more clearly. I'll say it again. Red and gold, right? It's the same as the red and gold suit. And for me, I'm okay with that because I did like the red and gold suit. The original figure that came out was awesome. It was a fantastic figure. It looked great. The sculpt was great. The musculature on that was great. And all of that is exactly the same here. In fact, I'm going to take these off so you can see that back spider much more clearly too. This is all the exact same, so I love it for that. So I don't think there needed to be anything changed necessarily for that. Though for some people, because this is, you might say Aaron Davis's costume, the actual spider bit and the shoulder bit might be not to your liking. You might have wanted some more tweaks there to differentiate it a bit more. Personally, I'm okay with the way this is as a pure variant. That's okay for me. Now, speaking of the actual black color, it's black. That's obvious, but it's got like this really nice sheen to it that I was appreciating more a little bit out of the box. In the box, you don't really see that too clearly either, and it's kind of hard to kind of discern that from just the hands. So I don't really know how to describe it properly. It's not like a dull black, like say the symbiote suit might be on the Marvel Legends, for example. This has a sheen to it. It's kind of metallic, but it's not speckled by any means, and it's like maybe dark gunmetal. Does that make any sense to what I'm trying to say? It's not black, right? But I've got nice lights or shining lights, like bright lights, sorry, shining right all over it. But for me, this is a good thing. Like, I like it that it's got this nice kind of surface or texture or finish to it. It really does look quite nice. In fact, I like that way more than the gold. In fact, the gold just looks kind of weird in a sense. Even though it's the exact same as red and gold, I don't know. It's still overall good, but I like the overall finish on the black parts of it. It really is quite nice. Really, definitely is quite nice. But let's talk about the articulation. I mean, the pose that I had pretty much told you that you can get into good poses. It's going to be the same as the previous version as well. So his head goes up a nice amount. His neck gets trapped there and then all the way down. And then he's got all that awesome neck movement that he can do. And then the shoulders, here the shoulders can go around on this double ball joint. With this, you got to just kind of make sure the bend comes back properly. And then the shoulder bit there for both the left and the right. And then he's got the bend at the elbow once again, just kind of make sure you got the slit of the joint so you can bend it properly and don't accidentally break the joint like so. Phoning home, and then the wrist is also got the twist and the pivot and all of that. So this one actually, for whatever reason, because the joints are black, I always find it a struggle to kind of see where the slits are, so I can measure it up properly and line it up properly. Torso, awesome torso. There we go, back and forward like so. This, by the way, the crotch bit is a little bit soft. It has some flex to it, not like super soft, but a little bit of flex. And then the legs are always weird with Revoltech, right? So out the box you might only get it like this, but you got to kind of play around with it to get hit quite high up like so. So it's really awesome once you get used to it, and then you can kind of twist that around so he does nice kind of side kick like way above 90 degrees. Really good. I kind of show you the splits there. It is very, very good, but I understand the legs aren't for everyone and they take a little bit of finessing, but I enjoy it. He's got the knee bend here once again. Be careful where the slit is, like so. That's pretty good. He's got a kneecap bit. Okay, this one actually works now. Everything's working on camera for some reason now, but this, he can close the kneecap there, so it kind of tidies up a little bit. He's got a little twist here. It can be a bit more. I remember the red and the gold one was a bit more than this, but I'm always paranoid because my Captain America broke once upon a time. And you can kind of bend this a little bit as well. You can kind of see that there, but don't push it too much because, yeah, that Captain America of mine did break at that point, so I don't trust them anymore. Then you got the ankle, which is all pretty typical, and then finishing off with the toe. So all in all, pretty good articulation for Iron Spider, black and gold version. And I'm going to wrench in the red and gold again. It's exactly the same thing, but that's not a bad thing. If you liked it there, you will like it here. If you didn't like it there, this ain't going to change your mind. But then we can go and talk about the arms, I guess. So these are the Waldos. That's all falling apart. This is the full-length Waldo. Put that there. This is the full-length arm, leg, Waldo thing that's in the box. You get 4 of them in this one too. And that's the same on the other side. It's pretty much just a gold thing. The joints are that silver though, which I think I would have preferred them either more of a metallic silver, same finish as the actual gold, but in silver, or just gold. But, you know, it's the same as the red and gold, so whatever. They just decided to keep it the same. But they're good. This one, I did find it a little bit more annoying with this figure. And I know some people have commented that the arms don't balance the figure properly. They are pretty weak. These joints aren't super secure or strong by any means. So typically, again, stuff isn't working on camera properly these days, or is. So typically they do disconnect here for me. So this end bit, the arm will fall off here, or sometimes at the midsection here. It does happen on every single arm. I'm pretty sure the majority of people that own the red and gold one, or even this one, are going to have the issue of the arms just kind of disconnecting at the various points. It does happen. You're just going to have to get used to that. And once you finesse it, that's just the thing with Revoltech. You just got to really pay a lot of attention and put a lot of time and effort into finessing the pose that you want, the position that you got it in, and then kind of do a whole balancing act. You know, kind of like resting rocks and balancing rocks that you see. It's a bit like that where, you know, it can be frustrating, definitely. But all you got to do though, to actually, once you've got that done, or before you got that done, to plug it in, you got different configurations that you can do. So you can use the 3 arms if you want to use 3 arms. You can use 1, you can use up to 4, sure. You can see it's only got 3 slots on the back, and that's where that great little thing, where I've lost it, here we go, there. This bit here, that was actually plugged in. Up to you where you want to put it. I would just put it in the bottom one, because if I'm going to use 4, I just prefer to have 1, 2, and then 3, 4 coming out. And then, you can kind of picture how it will look. So once you add that in, you can add the other arms as well. Again, up to 4 if you want to. If you want to use 2 of these, you can use 2 of these, since they have given you 2 of these. So that's up to you. And then once you've got that plugged in, you can get him balanced up. I'm not going to do that on camera right now because it is a lot of finessing to do. What you can also do with these arms is you can see there's a hole there and there'll be another one here. Every arm will have it, same on the other side. You can basically extend it as an extra arm type of thing like that, and then add the end bits of the arm there. Or what you can do, if we get this again, this little bit that we plugged into the back, you can actually just take this bit off here. Let me take that off first. Take this bit off, and then, okay, that's come off. That's just take that end bit off, put that joint in like so here, and then what you can do, we're going to add both in just to try see if that works now. I remember showing this for red and gold. Just add the joint in there, the peg, and then add one bit there, and then you can get a pincer look. So we just got to take this bit off here, and then here we go. You can actually use one arm and then have 2 bits on there, so it has a pincer or an arrow spike. It looks pretty nasty, right? As in a good way, very dangerous looking. So you can do that. I really do like this. So if you want to have a pose with Spider-Man up like that, you can definitely do that. It kind of has a scissor effect. You can open that too a little bit too. So that's really cool. You can do the exact same stuff that you could with the red and gold Iron Spider Revoltech that you can here. So that's really awesome. So if you are, again, familiar with red and gold suit and have it, or just knew about it, then this is going to achieve the exact same things, including the frustrating bits of the arms disconnecting at certain points. But otherwise though, that is pretty much it for this Iron Spider Revoltech black and gold version. It pretty much is a variant. That's okay. I like it. It looks good. So in closing, yeah, it's pretty much the same red and gold suit, but now in black and gold. And that's fine. If you didn't like it then you're not going to like it now. But for me, I really liked the red and gold suit, and I really like it now too. I think the black on this version, it's not as boring as I thought it was going to be. In the pictures, it kind of looks a bit dead, you might say, a bit nothing special, right? But in person, there's a nice kind of sheen to it that doesn't really come out too great in photos, in my opinion. So it's nice. One thing I didn't mention though is I had some blotches or like spots on my one. I'm not really sure why that is, if that's just down to manufacturing or not. And then also mine had some stiff joints, but then it was stiff in a good way, if that makes sense. Typically Revoltech stuff tends to just fall apart in the hands pretty easily, minus the Waldos here. That's still a frustration. But otherwise it is the same as a red and gold suit, but now black and gold, and I'm fine with that. It's a great suit, it's a great figure. If you didn't get the red and gold one or can't get it anymore, and you can try and get this one, then yeah, try and pick this one up. But chances are this one's going to be even harder to get, because this one was a limited edition web exclusive in Japan. So I'm not sure how easy it's going to be available to outside Japan audience at the moment. Still, nice figure, nice version of the figure as well. I like it. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this black and gold amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Iron Spider costume figure. Long name there. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And hopefully I will see you in the next video, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you soon. Stay safe and stay healthy.